Today's video is a heartfelt tribute to Charlie Munger, who passed away late last year, and we hadn't yet made a specific video about his key teachings. Charlie was an individual whose impact will be remembered through many generations, inspiring and influencing many along the way. Let's revisit and celebrate one of Charlie Munger's greatest teachings and the values he embodied in his life and work. Charlie Munger believed that the first $100,000 are the hardest on the path to wealth. Building wealth is typically a slow process, especially when you're starting out. So when you literally start from zero, you don't have money already working for you and helping to accumulate more wealth. Now, let's unveil the true reason why Charlie Munger believed it so challenging to reach your first $100,000, and the next is easy. And believe me, this could change your wealth journey. So why are the first $100,000 the hardest? Saving or investing your first $100,000 is always challenging because at this point in your financial life, you have very little money and usually no investment or compound interest working in your favor. Additionally, you need to work hard and trade your time to generate or accumulate some meager dollars. Once you reach the $100,000 mark, the next one is right there, and it seems to take a fraction of the time compared to the first, because when you really have $100,000 to work with, you can finally take more risks and invest in various opportunities, all of which yield a better return, leading to more wealth. So, if saving the first $100,000 is as difficult as it sounds, what actions can we take today to make this period simpler? Saving the first $100,000 is difficult for two simple reasons. First, when we're young, it's hard to save because we usually earn little money, whether in a regular job or our own business. Second, when we start working, our expenses are high and there's not much money left to save. It's important to save extra money when we can. Now, the hardest part to understand: compound interest. This means that when we invest money, it grows over time. The earlier we start investing, the more money we'll have in the future. But if we start with no money at all, it will take longer for our investments to grow. So, saving money early and starting to invest as soon as possible helps us have more money in the future. So how can I save and invest my first $100,000 more quickly? To save more money, you need to have more left between what you earn and what you spend. This can be done by earning more money or spending less. For many people who want to save more quickly, it's important to look at the savings rate, which is how much you save compared to what you earn. Cutting expenses is a simple and quick way to increase what's left over, as we often have extra expenses that can be reduced. However, cutting expenses has a limit and can make you feel deprived. On the other hand, earning more money is the most effective and efficient method. For example, if you earn $60,000 a year and spend $55,000, you have $5,000 left to save. You could cut some expenses to increase this surplus, or you could seek to specialize to get a promotion at work and earn $70,000 a year, which would have a much greater impact. Here are some tips for increasing your income. Focus on acquiring a skill that is in demand, such as video editing or social media. You can even become a freelancer and earn extra money with these jobs. Take necessary steps to advance at work. Perform well at work to receive salary increases and annual bonuses. Consider taking on a part-time job to increase your income, such as car washing or babysitting in your neighborhood a few nights a week. Start a side project or business in the evenings and on weekends. Also consider reselling or buying and selling items. You can acquire these skills with the help of the internet, thanks to sites like YouTube, Udemy, and Skillshare, which will help you earn extra money. In summary so far, the sooner you save or invest $100,000, the more money you can make, and you will make that money much more easily than ever before. If you're enjoying this so far, be sure to like the video to help us reach more people who need this content. Let's keep going. How long does it take to save $100,000? The time it takes to save $100,000 depends directly on your income and savings rate. The higher your salary and savings rate, the faster you can save money and reach the $100,000 mark. Someone who earns $80,000 a year is obviously much more capable of saving up to the $100,000 mark than someone who earns, say, $50,000 a year. However, total revenue isn't the only consideration here. Someone who earns $80,000 won't be able to save or invest anything if the cost of living is too high due to their lifestyle. Let's suppose Sarah earns $80,000 a year, but saves only $5,000 a year, while Christine earns $50,000, but saves up to $10,000 a year. Who do you think will save $100,000 sooner? Well, of course it's Christine. Now, let's consider another scenario to emphasize the need to invest your money as you save it, rather than leaving it in a bank account. Suppose both Sarah and Christine can save $10,000 a year, as they both have a decent salary and a strong savings rate. Sarah keeps her money in a bank account with a negligible interest rate. As a result, it takes about 10 years to reach the $100,000 mark. Christine, on the other hand, invests $10,000 with a 10% return rate. Unlike Sarah, who needed more than 10 years to save $100,000, Christine would need less time to reach the same amount. This should emphasize the importance of investing to achieve your financial goals. So, should I increase my investments when my salary increases? Yes. As your salary increases, you should invest more. The key to this is to avoid lifestyle inflation, which occurs when your compensation grows while your spending increases in the same proportion. But when it comes to investment success, some aspects are critical, such as when you start investing, what you invest in, resisting the urge to sell in downturns, among others. On the other hand, the value of the contributions you can make to your investment account can have the greatest impact. So basically, if your salary increases over time, you should be able to contribute more to your investment account, only if you resist the temptation to increase your annual expenses in the same proportion as your salary increase. How long does it take for most people to save $100,000? Although this depends a lot on your income and expenses, it's quite feasible to save $100,000 by the age of 40 or even earlier. This, of course, will depend on your ability to earn a solid income while keeping your expenses reasonable. It's also worth noting that saving $100,000 can vary greatly depending on the country you live in. Someone with $100,000 in savings living in New York will find it more difficult to save due to the higher cost of living, compared to someone with $50,000 in savings living somewhere with a lower cost of living, like parts of Eastern Europe or South America. Furthermore, you should consider your projected investment period, investment possibilities, and the risks you're willing to take in exchange for higher returns. Objectively, looking at your monthly budget or developing one if you haven't already will help you get back on track. Being mentally disciplined and planning properly are vital. Money will start to accumulate if you develop and follow a customized plan that works for you. That was our video today, covering one of the key learnings I've had from Charlie Munger. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful in some way. If you're new here to our channel, subscribe to always receive our new videos. Thank you for watching so far, and see you soon.